a bit of a structure to what we're going to do today. Hi, Louise. There's some structure to what we're going to do today, and obviously I'll be talking in a way that fits both live and the recording as well. I know, and certainly probably not so much live tonight, but I think certainly on the recording there's quite a few people who've done this before as well. So apologies in advance that they'll hear this first bit again, because I'm going to talk a little bit about hypnosis. So that leads in really to the start of things. So I'm Steve Woods. I'm a hypnotist. I've been helping people with hypnosis now for 18 years next month, in actual fact. Very much in the therapeutic world, but initially for about 10 of those years, and then got more and more involved in the performance side of things. And that's where I am now, really working in performance and working mostly in golf, which hopefully is the reason why you're here. The workshop today is about being at one with the ball. So it's about clarity, it's about focus, it's about just being able to still and quieten your mind when you're at the ball, when you're about to make a shot. And I'll gear the session today very much around sort of any shot, really. So we're not just going to be focusing on putting or approach shots or tee shots. It'll be at any point is what we're aiming for. So you'll get the recording as well, so you'll be able to listen to the recording as often as you like. Quick word about the live and recorded part of the hypnosis today as well. When we get to that part, which will be probably only about 10 or 15 minutes, you need to be sitting comfortably. You can do it laying down, but there is always a potential you might fall asleep because it is very deep relaxation. So ideally sitting in a place where you're safe to close your eyes. So again, if you're doing this particularly on the replay, only doing this when you're in that position where you're safe to close your eyes and relax completely. But I'll talk about that when we get to that point. So with apologies for those that have heard this before, I'm going to talk a little bit about hypnosis. It's worth understanding how it works, because then when we actually do some work, which is I'm sure the main reason you're here, then you'll actually get more benefit from it, because you'll be able to realise why I'm saying the things I'm saying, why we're doing the things that we're doing. Normally, if I'm in a room with lots of people in the room, a face-to-face room, I normally ask people who's been hypnotised before, who maybe does meditation before, and that's really just so that I've got an idea as to who's here and who the audience is. But actually, it doesn't matter, because my firm belief about hypnosis is that everybody can be hypnotised. Some people take longer than others, absolutely, but everybody can learn to be hypnotised. So no matter what level you get when you do the session part of things today, come back and do the recording, because you will get better at being hypnotised as well. And when I send out the recording link, there'll be links in there for us if you want to have a more specific chat and things like that as well, to maybe be a bit more focused in what you're doing. But we don't need to worry about that bit for now. So let's talk about hypnosis. So I suppose an example of not how it works, but an example of the difference between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, and then I'll explain it in more detail, is if somebody came to me and they said, "Oh, Steve, I want to be a great public speaker," and I just said to them, "Okay, close your eyes and imagine it going really well and you'll be absolutely fine," just as any of you listening to this now would go, "That's a load of rubbish, how's that going to work?" And it would never get past the conscious part of the mind. The conscious part of the mind is the critical faculty, it's the filter, it's in computer terms, a bit like a firewall. It only lets certain things in or out. So it's not going to get anywhere. However, if we could get the subconscious mind to actually do that practicing of being a really great public speaker, actually then it would start to make a difference. But as I say, under normal circumstances, that part of the mind sits behind the conscious mind. Our aim is in hypnosis, and I'll talk about other times as well when we go into like natural hypnosis, but the aim as a hypnotist is to relax the conscious mind out the way, gain access to the subconscious, and then get the subconscious mind practicing that success. And that will actually mean next time that person thinks about their presentation or their speech that they've got to do, next time they check in, because our subconscious mind is being checked on all the time to say, is this safe, is this embarrassing, is anything bad going to happen here? Next time it thinks about the public speaking thing, it'll go, well, last time we did this it went really well, because that person has now created new memories, new experiences. Just spotted somebody in the waiting room, just bear with me, I switched off the little ding dong thing. the subconscious mind, or sorry, in the hypnosis, you create new experiences, actual memories for the thing that hasn't happened yet, the good thing that hasn't happened yet. So when we're talking about golf, today it's going to be very much visualizing around your success, around actually you practicing what success looks like, feels like, getting emotions going as well. We want to get some good emotions going, because that also helps to reinforce the process. Subconscious mind, its main job is to protect us, but it's also interested in the good things as well, the pleasures of life. So rather than it be, I'm now going to make you feel anxious about going to play that particular hole on the golf course because last time something happened, rather than that being the situation, actually let's get it really excited about success so that it then goes, oh yeah, last time we were here it felt great. Anyway, enough about that until we get to that point. So we go naturally into hypnosis multiple times a day, probably a lot more than actually we. My screen went blank then and worried me. Then I thought I was disappearing off the call. And we more times probably than we realise. Hypnosis is that really high. It's a focus on something, but it happens often when we're not thinking about it. So if we're distracted, our subconscious mind is left open. Often, if you're busy doing something, you maybe got the radio on and you end up humming a song for the rest of the day, but you don't remember actually listening to it. But you listen to it in the background, in the subconscious part of the mind. Driving, those of you that drive vehicles, not driving off the golf course, so that's another one, but drive vehicles, that becomes very much a subconscious thing. I remember being a child and watching my dad driving and watching all the little tiny movements on the steering wheel. And I used to think, wow, that must take so much concentration and so much effort. It must be exhausted after driving just for 10 minutes or so. Little did I know back then that actually all those little corrections that you see a driver making, or we make ourselves, they're automatic, because we've taught our mind to drive in a subconscious way, an automatic way in the background. Conscious mind's still there, still scanning for anything that we might need to deal with, but the subconscious is doing all the automatic things. And in reality, the subconscious would probably actually respond quicker to a hazard or something happening, because that's the nature of the subconscious. It's that instant response to something that's not going quite to plan, which is why when we think about something that's bothered us in the first place, subconscious replies first with don't go here, creates anxiety, creates bad feelings. So distraction, those automated behaviours, when we're emotional as well, that's another time when the subconscious is left open. It's a time when we can influence children. We can end up creating new habits, new feelings, new fears, new phobias in a child, maybe because they're upset, something's upset them. The things we say then as a grown-up, as an adult to them, goes into the subconscious. So, you're always dropping things, you're stupid, whatever we might say, goes in and gets into the subconscious. And after a while starts to become a belief. It must be true because it's getting into my subconscious. Not only that, but there's an adult that's telling me this thing. So another time when our subconscious is left open, when we're falling asleep as well. So that time when consciously you sort of feel as though you can't move your body, you feel as though you're asleep, but you're still thinking, your head's still whirring a little bit, subconscious is still open. Now you can make use of that time. I talk about this quite a bit in these presentations because it's a great time for repetitive learning. So if you want to learn a language, something you can have just playing in the background, phrases and things like that, it's a great time to have that playing as you're falling asleep. Or affirmations as well, because at that point where your subconscious is open, those good positive affirmations, you're being quite specific but quite brief with them. And there's lots of, I'm not no expert in affirmations in that sense, but there's quite a lot of information on the web, but having something repeating in a positive way as you're falling asleep will get into your subconscious mind and will make a difference to the way that you feel when you wake the next day and throughout the day as well. So it's definitely worth investigating, but be particularly specific with the affirmations. You don't want to be just saying, I'm great, because what are you great at? You might be great at falling over when you get out of bed in the morning, and that's not a good thing. So you've got to be quite specific, say quite brief, not long-winded, quite rhythmic in the way that they're delivered. Some people get 30-40 minutes of that time before they fall asleep. Some people only get a few seconds or a few minutes that they can make use of that time. And then, of course, the other times might be when actually you sit down in front of a hypnotist and they get you into hypnosis, which is what we're going to do in a little while. And I've already touched on what we're going to do, because we're going to be visualizing success. We're going to be practicing success and creating those connections in the brain today that feel as though you're on the golf course, which obviously a good feeling from a golfer's point of view, but feel as though you're on the golf course under your control. So when you go to imagine what that success looks like, it's not about going and, oh, well, last time I played this thing happened. Actually, it's under your control to slow things down, to pause a moment, to get control, to get that clarity, to get that focus, and to be at one with the ball, to be you, the ball, the target. Sometimes though in hypnosis, just worth mentioning a couple of things before we get started, it's also very good at finding your why. Hypnosis is about your why. Why are you doing this thing? Why do you want to be good at golf? What's in it for you? Might be competitions, might just be getting your handicap down, might be, for a lot of golfers, it's enjoying your game more, which is great because it's a great emotion. But some people don't have real clarity about their why. And that horrible interview question, I don't know if they still ask it now, it's been a long time since I've had an interview. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Where do you see yourself in 10 years' time? Some people don't get that. Some people don't have a real clear image of that. Hypnosis can help to get that image as well. So it's a great way of getting to that all-knowing, all-creative subconscious mind and actually learning sometimes some quite interesting things about, again, your success, how that success needs to and you want it to look for you. So let's have a talk about hypnosis itself now. When I'm working one-to-one with somebody, I ask a couple of questions before we start. So I'm going to just talk through those questions and the answers, ready for us to actually do some work. So in a few minutes' time, we're going to be doing the eyes closed part. So that is the point where you need to be in a position where you're safe to close your eyes, particularly if you're doing this on the replay where you might be watching this anywhere. But yeah, you need to be in a position where it's safe to close your eyes in just a few minutes' time. So the couple of questions that I ask when I'm about to work with somebody is, how do they imagine it's going to physically feel to be hypnotized? And how do they imagine I'm going to get them into hypnosis? And get all sorts of interesting replies about how they're going to feel. Talk about swinging watchers when I talk about ask how they imagine I'm going to get them into hypnosis, which I tend not to use. I do have one somewhere, but I tend not to use it. So hypnosis, it doesn't have to be relaxing is the first thing to say. Having said that, I'm going to talk you through in a few minutes' time a nice head to toe type relaxation. So counting, some breathing, focused initially on a very nice place, your own nice place, which you can create, or it can be somewhere real that you can go to. Doesn't need to be golf related at that point either. So I'm just going to let somebody in, even though they've missed the talk bit. So it doesn't need to be golf related. It's your own special place. So I'm going to talk you through that nice head to toe type relaxation work, getting all your senses firing and really feeling as though you're there before then you move into working on your golf game. So we want to get everything working so that when you go to imagine your golf success and being calm and being getting that clarity, that quiet to your mind, want it to feel really real. So let's get that going first. Hypnosis doesn't have to be relaxing. You can be hypnotized standing up. You'd probably all feel a bit cheated now if I said to you, right, everybody stand up, I'm going to hypnotize you, because we expect that nice relaxed feeling. So talking you through that nice head to toe type relaxation. You never lose awareness. If anything happens that needs your attention, you'll become aware and alert and able to give it that attention, whatever that attention is. If the internet stops, or if the recording stops, if you're watching this on the replay or listening to this on the replay, you'll become aware and alert and able to deal with whatever it is you need to deal with. I will get you to open your eyes briefly, whether you're doing this live or recorded, really just so you notice how you feel. I'm a big believer in hypnotic phenomena as much as we can get. So getting you to notice how you feel is an important part of the process, because if I meet so many people and they'll say, a friend of mine had hypnosis but it didn't work, they weren't hypnotized, they could hear the cars outside and stuff. You will hear the cars outside if there are cars outside. If there's any noise in the background here, there shouldn't be, but if there was, you would hear that noise, you'd be aware of that. But if nobody's told you that, or if nobody's taken the time to go, well, how do you feel in hypnosis, then why would anything else work? So I will get you briefly to open your eyes. One-to-one, we normally have a quick conversation, but we don't need to do that in this group session. If for some reason you feel uncomfortable, you're not going to be in hypnosis for too long today, but if you did feel uncomfortable, if for want of a better description, your bottom goes numb, your bum goes numb while you're sitting listening to me, you can still fidget, you can still move around while you're in hypnosis. You never, as I say, lose that awareness. You never lose that ability to fidget, to move, to really just check on anything around you if you needed to. But the aim is to get you very highly focused on what we're working on, which mostly is going to be about your golf game today and about that being at one with the ball. Okay, so from a live point of view, if anybody's got an urgent question they really need to ask before we start, anything they're unsure of, by all means unmute and give me a shout. If not, we'll get on and do some work. So just sort of talking slowly for a moment, just waffling for a moment, just in case anybody unmutes and shouts. They're not. So yeah, just once again, that reminder of, I'd say, only doing this part if it's as long as it is safe for you to close your eyes. So not operating machinery or doing anything that might be a danger to yourself or anyone else around you. Okay, so sitting nice and comfortable. Ideally feet flat on the floor. You can be reclined if you wanted to. Hands just resting comfortably as well, just so you just feel nice and balanced, nice and comfortable. And then when you're ready, closing your eyes. And just starting to follow my instructions now. Try not to try with this, try not to push this too hard. Just allow yourself to go with the flow and allow yourself to follow the thoughts, the instructions, the words. So starting at, first of all, to think about all the little tiny muscles that are in your cheeks, those muscles around your eyes, and imagining those muscles relaxing. Allowing those muscles to get soft, to get lazy. You might tense them up and let them go. You might just imagine them soft and relaxed and lazy. There really is no wrong way for you to do this. Whatever way you do this is absolutely right for you. Allowing those muscles to relax, allowing your eyelids to relax, all around your eyes to relax. Those eyelids getting nice and lazy, nice and heavy. Those eyelids getting so lazy, so heavy now that you don't want to, but even if you did want to, that you just wouldn't be able to open your eyes. That's good. And then taking that feeling from behind your eyes and letting it move up over your forehead, up over the top of your head, down the back of your head, down into your neck and your shoulders. It's a wonderful warm band of relaxation, relaxing every nerve, every muscle, every fibre as it moves. As every deep breath, every firm beat of your heart now, just helping to slow things down. As you allow that feeling to move from your neck and your shoulders now, moving down through your arms, nice warm band of relaxation. All the way down through your arms. Right the way down into your lower arms. All the way down to your hands and to your fingers. That same feeling then moving from your neck and your shoulders, moving down through the centre of your body. Every nerve, every muscle, every fibre is relaxed and lazy and heavy. That feeling moves right down and into your legs now. All the way down through your legs, right down into your lower legs. All the way down to your feet, and from your feet just letting that feeling escape. And feeling another nice wave of relaxation, head to toe, following it down. And then starting to think about now a wonderful place, a perfect place. This place could be somewhere real, somewhere imaginary, somewhere you've been to, somewhere you'd like to go to. It's your special place. Just you can go there, just you and the sound of my voice. As you start to be there, you start to find yourself there. This place doesn't need to be golf related at this stage. It can be completely unrelated. That's absolutely fine. And go with whatever your mind gives you as the place as well. I mentioned it earlier and you may have had somewhere in mind. You may get somewhere very different when you get to this point. So finding yourself in that place, finding yourself looking around, noticing the detail, not worrying if that conscious part of your mind might sometimes just wander to other thoughts, just like it could do in any conversation. You can just grab it, bring it back, and each time it comes back, it'll come back with more focus, more attention, able to stay focused for longer. Noticing that minutes in this place feel like hours today. As you just start to let go, never losing control, never giving up awareness, but just being able to let go. Noticing the textures, things that you can reach out and touch in your place, things that you're naturally in contact with, whether you're sitting, standing, laying down, in your wonderful place. Even noticing the sounds and the smells, everything about it. Safe in the knowledge that if anything should happen that needs your immediate attention while you're listening today, live or on the recording, you'll become aware and alert and able to deal with it. And as well, if anything should happen with our internet connection on the live or the recording, when you're listening to it, again becoming aware and alert and able to reconnect to the meeting or to start the recording again, to deal with it. But we don't need to worry about that right now, because right now I'm going to count down from 10 down to 1. Each number down, letting you step a level deeper, letting you sink a level deeper, whatever a level is for you today. As you find your way into that nice relaxation, that nice hypnotized feeling. So starting at 10, feeling that step down to 9, stepping down to 8, every nerve, every muscle, every fibre is relaxed and lazy. You step down to 7 and 6, still in that wonderful place, that perfect place. Just sinking down deeper and deeper down. Stepping down to 5 and 4. All the way down to 3, as every out breath lets you sink just a little bit deeper into whatever it is that you're resting on today, as it gets softer and softer, more and more comfortable. And then you can step down to 2 and all the way down to 1, nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable, enjoying your special place, your perfect place. Nice and relaxed, nice and settled. Maybe noticing that feeling of heaviness, maybe in your arms or your legs, just a nice relaxed feeling even. Again, no wrong way for you to do this. Whatever way you do this, absolutely right for you. Now in a moment I'm going to count up to 3, and on the count of 3 you'll just be able to open your eyes. This is just really for you to notice how you feel, to take a moment. You'll stay hypnotized, you'll stay relaxed, but just for you to notice how you feel physically, and then we'll get you into your golf game. So 1, 2, 3, you can open your eyes. So I'm just going to give you a moment really just to notice that feeling, to notice, say, maybe a heaviness, just a relaxed feeling, a feeling different. And then we'll get you back into hypnosis. So when you're ready, just closing your eyes again and stepping back into that wonderful place, that perfect place. Nice and easily, nice and comfortably. Now, every time you do this, it helps you to relax even further. Now, I already mentioned that today it's going to be about practicing your success on the golf course, in particular about that quiet of the mind and focus. Now, your inner mind, your subconscious mind, doesn't mind whether you are imagining, visualizing something in the future, whether something's a memory or whether something's happening right now. As far as it's concerned, whatever's happening is a right now experience. So with that in mind, let's step you forward in time to your next game of golf. You can be thinking about a specific game you've got coming up. You could be just any thoughts about any game. Step forward into that time, step forward into that place, and to find yourself on the course. But to find yourself on the course with the feelings, the everything really under your control now, rather than just sort of going along with the flow of things. Now you're going to create your own flow. You're going to create your own control. You're going to create your own feeling of focus. when you're at the ball. So thinking about your routine, thinking about, first of all, of course, the type of shot that you're about to make. And each time you listen to this, you could focus on different areas of your game as well. But to think about the shot that you want to make today. And to think about approaching that shot, but like I say, with things under your control. Now, any time when you're working on this, if it doesn't look or feel right, you can stop, you can change it, you can make it right. You have control. So now, instead of noticing the way that maybe you did feel about your game, now is the time for you to be in control of things. To notice that air of calm now that's settling on you as you approach your shot. That relaxed feeling as you are able to just pause a moment to get that awareness. And then to start to move through your pre-shot routine. Stepping through that routine step by step by step, creating that nice rhythm. It's you, it's the ball, it's the target. That's your focus. It's time to turn down distractions. It's time to turn up focus and concentration. And to flow really naturally and easily through your rhythm, all the way through to that full flowing swing. Focused on the target, focused on just you, the ball, the target. Nothing else matters. Now let your mind interpret this in the right way for you, because you'll all have different requirements. You'll all be wanting to work on different types of shot, I'm sure. So allow yourself to be there and allow yourself to run through your routine. All the way through, say, to that full flowing swing. Remembering while you're doing this, you're creating memories. You're creating an experience in your mind so that when you go to play golf next, it remembers that experience. Your mind will go, yeah, last time we did this, this was great. I slowed things down, got great clarity. Was able to step through my routine all the way through to me, the ball, the target, and that great swing and that great success. Now, repetition is king when it comes to hypnosis, when it comes to visualization. So giving yourself that time to repeat this, to focus, to run through it over and over again. You can choose to be yourself, club in hand, feeling that feeling as you swing through the ball, quietening your mind, lifting your enjoyment of the game, because you're no longer stressed about the shot. Actually, it's almost, you do care, but it's almost like you don't care. It's almost like you're just able to just let things flow, keeping that active imagination working, maybe stepping out and watching yourself from a distance running through that routine. You're looking relaxed now. You're looking confident. You can see that point where you go into focus and you step through your routine all the way up again to that full flowing swing. You can see that happening. Feeling good, feeling confident, feeling great. Feelings of success and achievement now. Great feelings of turning up as that best version of you on the golf course. Repetition, repetition, repetition. So say when you started to learn to play, I'm sure you were repeating that same success all the time to get it better, to practice. It's exactly the same now in this session. But in this session, you can teach yourself a new habit really quickly. Not 28 days of continually practicing something at a conscious level. You're practicing this at the subconscious level, and it goes in quickly and easily. Your mind is running through this and practicing and practicing. You, the ball, the target. Maybe taking that breath and just letting things slow. Getting that clarity of thought, and then being able to run through your routine once more. Great feeling of focus, great feeling of success, great motivation towards success as well. Notice how it looks. Notice how it feels. Notice where inside you get that feeling of success when you see the ball on target, when you see yourself smiling, because you're enjoying being out there on the course. You're finding that clarity now. Things are slowing down in the right way for you now. And feeling really good. Feeling great. Giving yourself permission to be that best version of you. Giving yourself permission to turn up always as that best version of you. Feeling good, feeling calm, feeling confident. Confident of that success. Letting go of anything that's holding you back from success. Your mind might be aware of something that's just stopping you getting this quite right, and it's your opportunity to release it, to take that weight off your shoulders right now. Keeping that active imagination working, never falling as deep as sleep, always able to just keep yourself above that level where you're absolutely focused on success and feeling really good about it. And then it's time now to grab those feelings, to grab those successes and those achievements, to grab them, make them yours, hug them into you, and take a moment to bring them back into your wonderful place, your perfect place. Take a moment to let them soak in. Every cell, every part of you taking on these changes, these improvements, this clarity around the ball, this you being at one with the ball. Remembering every time you listen to this as a recording, the experience can be different. It will build on the previous successes. Every cell taking that on, every cell happy and smiling, and being in that wonderful place, that perfect place. Nice and calm, nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable. Because in a moment, this time I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And on the count of 5, and only on the count of 5, you'll smile, you'll stretch, you'll become fully wide awake, fully alert, feeling really good, feeling really well. You'll feel as though you've just had a really good sleep. You've not been to sleep just yet, though. You've only been relaxed, you've only been hypnotized. But when you do come back to being aware and alert, so you will bring back that feeling like having that great sleep, nice and energized. Subconscious mind will remember everything just from this brief session. Conscious mind remembers as much as it would do from any conversation, and that's fine because it's your subconscious that makes the changes. And generally feeling really good, feeling better than you felt for some time. Really looking forward to getting out there on the course and noticing just those sometimes little incremental changes as they get better and better. So 1, feel a little less relaxed. 2, feel a surge of energy now through your body, whole body becoming energized as that energy level builds up. 3, take a deep breath of cool, clear mountain air, filling your lungs with life-giving oxygen. 4, feel cool, clear mountain spring water wash the backs of your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your throat. Your chest clear, your stomach's clear, and your head's clear. Your nose, your mouth, and throat's clear. Your eyes are bright and shiny. And 5, eyes open, wide awake. Welcome back. Oh, a nice stretch and a smile. Okay, so welcome back from that session. As I said before, and I've said during the session as well, and I'll say it again, each time you listen to that on the recording, you could focus on a different area of your game. You'll get a different experience as well, because it is all about, particularly if you've never done this before, it is very much about actually learning to be hypnotized as well. So that brings us to the end. I don't know if I said at the beginning, I normally do say, we're probably going to be about 40 minutes in these, but yeah, that brings the end of the practical side of things. So what will happen is I will send out, open for questions live in a minute as well, so I'll send out the recording link. Hopefully it'll come out to you tomorrow, so you'll get that. If you don't get it, drop me a message, but that should come out to the email address and everything that you've got the link on to come and watch this anyway. use that as often as you like, enjoy it, get some benefit from it. If you want to have a chat about doing anything particular with hypnosis, I think there's a link on there will be a link on the email. You can book some time with me. I do a half-hour free consultation, which is talk about your golf, talk about the issues, talk about hypnosis, some of that I've already said tonight, and then formulate a plan in a way that we can work together for you to get the best from it, or anything else that you might think hypnosis can help you with as well, because it's all about, hypnosis is very much about the shoulds. It's very much about you being able to do the things that you know you should be doing, whether it's in the golf world, whether it's in life. Hypnosis is very, very powerful and effective at those things. So that brings us to the end of it. So welcoming questions or feedback from live, absolutely. If there's anybody got any questions, or if you want to just let me know how you got on with that, that's always good to hear. It's always good to know. If you have a question that maybe you don't want to ask face to face or in the room with the other people, feel free to reply to the email. My phone number will be on there as well, so either reply to the email or give me a call when you get that tomorrow, and we can always have a chat about that. But yeah, over to you guys if there's anything. Any feedback or any questions? Hopefully I've done such a good job you'll not have any questions. Okay. Brilliant. Oh, thumbs up there. Thank you. Wherever that came from. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thanks, Louise, as well. So great to see you all. Thank you very much for coming along. So if there aren't any questions, feel free to log off whenever you're ready, and so you'll get some more information and the video hopefully tomorrow. Take care.